Every year, thousands of Filipinos leave their homeland with dreams of a better future abroad. Yet, for some, these dreams turn into a struggle for survival, facing homelessness in unfamiliar lands. What circumstances lead to such dire situations? Which countries see the highest numbers of homeless Filipinos? And what support systems are in place to assist them? Before we delve into these pressing questions, here's a quick one for you. Which country hosts the largest population of overseas Filipino workers? It's an easy one. Drop your answers in the comments below. Stay with us as we uncover the challenges our kababayans face abroad and explore the support available to them. Number 10. UAE. Dubai's glittering skyline tells a story of ambition and opulence. Yet behind these architectural marvels lies a hidden narrative of hardship faced by many overseas Filipino workers, OFWs. In the UAE, particularly in cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, approximately 700,000 Filipinos reside, contributing significantly to various sectors, from construction to domestic work. However, not all that glitters is gold. Many OFWs have reported issues like contract substitution, where promised wages are slashed upon arrival, and employers confiscating passports, leaving workers vulnerable and trapped. The COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated these challenges, with numerous workers losing jobs and relying on charity for basic necessities. The Philippine government has established shelters in Abu Dhabi and Dubai to assist distressed OFWs. In 2019 alone, over 4,800 OFWs were repatriated from the UAE, many of whom were victims of human trafficking or labor abuses. Despite these efforts, the demand often exceeds capacity, highlighting the need for more robust support systems. As we delve deeper into the challenges faced by our kababayans abroad, one can't help but wonder, what measures can be implemented to ensure their safety and dignity? Stay tuned as we explore more countries and uncover the realities faced by Filipino workers worldwide. Number 9. Lebanon. Lebanon, once known as the Paris of the Middle East, has faced significant turmoil in recent years. For many overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, especially domestic workers, the situation has become increasingly dire. The country's economic collapse, compounded by the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah, has led to widespread instability. Many employers, fleeing the violence, have abandoned their domestic workers, leaving them stranded without pay, passports, or a place to stay. Some workers have even been locked inside homes as their employers escape to safer areas. In response, the Philippine Embassy in Beirut has intensified its repatriation efforts. As of October 2024, over 488 OFWs and their dependents have been safely brought back to the Philippines. However, challenges persist. Many workers remain in shelters, awaiting documentation and the means to return home. The embassy, in coordination with local authorities, continues to provide assistance, but resources are stretched thin. The plight of these workers raises pressing questions. How can we ensure the safety and dignity of OFWs in conflict zones? What measures can be implemented to prevent such situations in the future? Stay with us as we explore more countries and uncover the realities faced by Filipino workers worldwide. Number 8. Syria. Syria, a land where ancient history meets modern-day turmoil. Amidst the ongoing conflict, a hidden crisis unfolds. The plight of Filipino workers ensnared in a web of human trafficking and exploitation. Despite a deployment ban, many Filipinos were lured with promises of employment in neighboring countries, only to find themselves trafficked into Syria. Once there, they faced harrowing conditions. Some were sold to employers for as much as $10,000, denied their rightful wages, and subjected to physical and sexual abuse. One survivor recounted being told by her employer that she had been bought and must serve for 6 years. Desperate, many sought refuge at the Philippine Embassy in Damascus, where they faced overcrowded shelters and limited resources. Some women remained stranded for over a year, awaiting repatriation. Number 7. Hong Kong. Hong Kong's a city of towering ambitions and dazzling lights. Yet beneath its shimmering skyline lies a story of resilience and hardship faced by many overseas Filipino workers, OFWs. During the COVID-19 pandemic, numerous Filipino domestic workers found themselves in dire situations. After testing positive for the virus, some were abruptly terminated by their employers, leaving them homeless and vulnerable. With limited options, many resorted to sleeping in public parks or outside hospitals, braving the elements and uncertainty. Organizations like Help for Domestic Workers and Bethune House stepped in, providing emergency assistance, shelter, and basic necessities. However, the demand often exceeded the available resources, highlighting the systemic challenges faced by migrant workers in times of crisis. These events raise pressing questions. How can we better protect the rights and welfare of our kababayans abroad? What measures can be implemented to prevent such situations in the future? Stay with us as we continue to explore the challenges faced by OFWs around the world. Number 6. Canada. Canada, a land often associated with maple syrup, Mounties, and multiculturalism. With over 950,000 Filipinos calling it home, it's a beacon for many seeking better opportunities. But beneath the surface of this welcoming facade lies a growing crisis affecting our kababayans. Recent shifts in immigration policies have tightened the pathway to permanent residency, especially for those in low-income jobs. Temporary foreign workers who haven't secured their status face the looming threat of deportation, coupled with job losses and a housing market that spiraled out of control, particularly in cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Many find themselves without a roof over their heads. Organizations like the Furniture Bank in Toronto have stepped in, providing essential household items to those transitioning out of homelessness. Meanwhile, mutual aid networks such as Kapit Bisig Canada have been instrumental in distributing vital resources to migrant workers and those overlooked by government assistance. As winter's chill sets in, the question remains: how do we ensure that the dream of a better life in Canada doesn't turn into a cold reality for our fellow Filipinos? Stay with us as we delve deeper into the challenges faced by OFWs around the world. Number 5. Kuwait. Kuwait, a nation of oil wealth and towering skyscrapers. Yet beneath its gleaming facade lies a grim reality for many overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, particularly domestic workers. In recent years, Kuwait has been the backdrop for numerous distressing incidents involving Filipino domestic workers. The tragic case of Jolibay Ranara, whose burned body was discovered in the desert, allegedly murdered by her employer's 17-year-old son, sent shockwaves through both nations. This incident, among others, has highlighted the vulnerabilities faced by OFWs in the region. The Philippine Embassy in Kuwait has become a refuge for those escaping abuse. Reports indicate that over 400 Filipinos have sought shelter there due to maltreatment and homelessness. The shelter, originally designed to accommodate fewer individuals, is now overwhelmed, with some workers enduring prolonged stays as they await repatriation. Despite a 2018 labor agreement between the Philippines and Kuwait aimed at protecting workers, prohibiting employers from confiscating passports, and ensuring better working conditions, abuses persist. The kafala system, which ties a worker's legal status to their employer, continues to be a significant barrier to justice, often trapping workers in exploitative situations. Number 4. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, a land of vast deserts, towering skyscrapers, and a destination for many Filipinos seeking better opportunities. With over 1 million OFWs, it's one of the largest employers of our kababayans. But behind the promise of prosperity lies a harsh reality for some. Reports have surfaced of contract violations, unpaid wages, and exploitative working conditions. Many OFWs find themselves trapped in situations where their passports are confiscated and they're subjected to long working hours without proper compensation. In some cases, workers have gone months, even years, without receiving their due wages. The Philippine Embassy in Riyadh has become a refuge for distressed workers. Overcrowded shelters house those who have fled abusive employers, awaiting repatriation. While efforts are ongoing to assist these individuals, the demand often exceeds the available resources. Despite bilateral agreements aimed at protecting workers' rights, challenges persist. The kafala system, which ties a worker's legal status to their employer, remains a significant barrier to justice. As we delve deeper into the stories of our kababayans abroad, one can't help but ask, how many more endure these hardships in silence? Stay with us as we continue to uncover the realities faced by Filipino workers worldwide. Number 3. Israel. Israel, a land of history, faith, and resilience. For many Filipinos, especially caregivers, it's a place where they provide essential services to families, forming bonds that transcend borders. However, recent conflicts have cast a shadow over this narrative. The escalation of tensions between Israel and Hamas has placed approximately 30,000 OFWs in precarious situations. Airstrikes, rocket attacks, and ground offensives have not only threatened their safety, but also their livelihoods. Some caregivers, caught in the crossfire, have tragically lost their lives, while others have been forced to flee their workplaces, leading to temporary homelessness and uncertainty. Despite the dangers, many OFWs choose to stay, driven by financial obligations and the hope for stability. The Philippine government has initiated repatriation efforts, but challenges persist, especially for undocumented workers or those whose employers have withheld their passports. Number 2. United States. The United States, a land of opportunity, innovation, and dreams. For many Filipinos, it's the destination where aspirations take flight. Yet, beneath the glittering skyline, a harsh reality persists for some of our kababayans. Undocumented Filipinos, often referred to as TNTs, tago ng tago, navigate a precarious existence. With limited access to social services and employment opportunities, many find themselves vulnerable to homelessness. A 2021 study from the University of Chicago estimates that 53% of people living in homeless shelters and 40% of unsheltered people were employed, either full or part-time, highlighting that job loss alone isn't always the root cause of homelessness. In cities like Los Angeles, Filipino immigrants have faced displacement due to rising living costs and gentrification. A group of 20 individuals from the Juanita encampment who immigrated to the U.S. from the Philippines reported unmet promises regarding housing and services. Moreover, the COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated these challenges. Many low-wage Filipino workers, including essential staff in healthcare and hospitality, lost their jobs or faced unsafe working conditions, pushing them further into housing instability. Number 1. Philippines. The Philippines, a nation built on the resilience and sacrifices of its people. For many overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, returning home after years abroad should be a triumphant return. The National Reintegration Center for OFWs, NRCO, provides mechanisms for reintegration, but challenges persist. The COVID-19 pandemic further exacerbated these issues, with many returnees facing additional hardships. the promise of a better life after years abroad often remains unfulfilled, leaving many to question, is the journey home truly the end of the road? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the stories of our kababayans facing these challenges. Yet, for some, it marks the beginning of a new struggle. After years of service abroad, many OFWs return to the Philippines with hopes of reintegration and stability. However, the reality is often starkly different. A significant number of returnees face unemployment, with 83% remaining jobless 3 months after returning. The lack of comprehensive reintegration programs and support systems leaves them vulnerable, leading some to live on the streets despite their years of service abroad. The stories you've just heard are more than just headlines. They're the real struggles of our fellow kababayans. Behind every number is a name, a face, a dream. If this video moved you, don't just scroll past, hit that like button to show your support for our OFWs. Share this video so more people become aware of their challenges. And most importantly, subscribe to Discovering the Earth for more powerful and eye-opening stories from around the world. And hey, do you know someone who went through a similar experience? Tell us in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going and be a voice for those who often go unheard.